We're live on the webinar. We got a ton of people logged in all across the country, all across the world. I mean, you're talking about from Europe, from Asia, America. I mean, everywhere, man. So I'm excited about having everybody on. I'm excited about you guys. I'm excited about this topic that I get to talk to. For those of you guys that don't know who I am, real quick, I want to break down my background. My name is Justin Wilson, Jwill, or Jwill Retire You, if you guys will find me on Facebook and Instagram. Guys, I'm an average dude. I have a military background. I used to jump out of planes for a living. I did that for like 7 years. It was pretty crazy. If you guys know anybody that's done any military stuff, man, definitely highly recommend you guys thanking them because they did some crazy stuff. They did it for a low amount of money, man. I remember jumping out of planes, getting shot at. I've been chased around the world by bad guys. Man, I've done all kinds of craziness, right? All kinds of craziness. And honestly, for a low amount of income, I love what I did. But one day I just woke up. I was like, dude, you're getting shot at, man. You're getting shot at for $30,000 a year. It's time to smarten up and start doing something else. You know what I mean? So, I decided to move on from that. My parents told me, like I'm sure your guys did, go to school, get good grades, and get a good JOB, which stands for just over broke, right? Barely enough money to pay the bills. And that's what everybody's doing, man. Everybody's just making enough money to pay bills. And I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't excited about making just enough money to pay bills. That's not something that I was looking forward to doing. But right, the world goes round. You got to do what you got to do. So I said, you know what? I started working a job. Started working for a Fortune 500 company. Made great money. I was fortunate. I worked a ton of hours though, man. I worked 70, 80 hours a week. I had the cars. I had the boat. I had the house. I had everything else. Here's what I didn't have. I didn't have a life. I was living to work instead of working to live. And that got real old real fast. And so I said, you know what? If I keep doing what I've always done, I'm going to get what I've always got. And so I decided to keep my options open. I decided to learn from those that have what I wanted. I decided to learn how to get my money working for me and learn how to make some residual income, learn how to make leverage income or OPM, other people's money, right? OPI, leverage other person's ideas, and OPE, other people's effort, right? I learned about that stuff and I said, man, I can get rich. I'm coachable. Teach me, coach. Put me in the game. I'm ready to go. If you're willing to teach me how to get wealthy, I'm willing to learn. I never took Wealth 101 or 102 in high school. If they would have put it out there, if they would have said, Justin, here is the get rich class. Take this and you will be rich. I would have took that class and then took it again, man. I would have took it all 4 years. But that was an opportunity for me. So here I am learning with you guys. And guys, I've been very fortunate. I learned from the best. So I was able to earn like the best. I was able to create a residual income, 6-figure income within my first year. And I've been retired now for the past 3 years. Retired my wife, retired myself. We've been able to do what we want, when we want, where we want with our 2 beautiful girls. And guys, I don't have a boss. I don't have an alarm clock. I'm able to wake up when I want. I'm able to go to the beach. And when I'm asleep at the beach, just chilling, guess what? I make money. I call that beach money. So I want to teach you guys how to be able to do the exact same thing, how to be able to get your money working for you and how to have success in business and in life. And so what we're going to talk about tonight, guys, is we're going to talk about the slight edge. I want to talk to you about an amazing book that I read called The Slight Edge. It's a book written by Jeff Olson. I've read it a couple of times now, and it's an incredible book. Highly recommend this book, guys. And the basis of the book is everything in life is easy to do. Everything is easy to do. And everything is also easy not to do. Okay? It's easy to not do it. All right? And so we're going to dive into some of the topics in the training for tonight, guys. So understand the life philosophy. All right? You got to understand what's going on. You got to understand what's going on in your life. You got to understand that you are where you are because of the decisions you've made up to this point. Okay? You are where you are because of the decisions that you've made in your life up to this point. And here's the reality. This is what you guys got to understand is your philosophy. The way you think about doing things, okay? It creates your attitude, all right? It creates the way you feel, your emotions. Okay, your emotions transmute to actions. See, if you feel sad, you're going to do sad things. If you feel mad, you're going to approach situations and people and relationships and business with that type of mentality. And that in turn dictates your results, what you're going to see. And your results is what ultimately creates your lifestyle. It creates how you live. It creates what's in your bank account today. It creates how you look, your body. It creates the shape you're in. It creates the way you raise your kids. It creates everything, man. all of that, your attitudes, your actions, and your results creates your lifestyle. So guys, I want you guys to understand something. See, when I first went into the military, man, I had a broke, busted mindset. I had the mindset that everybody owes me something, and that I'm going to get something for nothing, and that I'm going to do as little amount of work as possible. I was the guy that wanted to show up late and bounce early, man, all the time, as many times as I possibly could. I was the guy that wanted to just roll and do all the things possible to not put in effort to be able to reap as maximum amount as I possibly could. That was my mindset. That was my philosophy. And that created my attitude and my actions. It made me show up late. It made me not do the right things. It made me get horrible results, man. It made me not be a champion. It made me not have the results that I knew that I should be achieving, because I knew that I had better potential than that. And so ultimately that created my lifestyle. I was living broke and busted. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had no savings. I had massive amounts of debt. I had bad relationships with people. Guys, my life was just crumbling, man. Even my relationship, my marriage was suffering because of my lack of philosophy and the way that I thought about going about life, and my attitudes and my actions. So you got to understand that everything that everything right now to this point today, if you don't like it, if you don't like anything, or if you enjoy it, if you love whatever you have going on, it's because of the decisions that you have made up to this point. It's not anybody else's fault but your own, all right? So take full responsibility of that. And one thing I want you guys to understand that is, see, a lot of people think that, if I get more, if I'm able to learn more, then I'm able to change my attitude. Well, that's not necessarily the case, guys, because here's the fact of life, right? See, 100 years ago, right? 100 years ago, understand there wasn't no internet. There wasn't cell phones. There wasn't massive global communication. There wasn't the ability to go to and get all kinds of different resource materials from libraries and all that kind of stuff. Guys, 100, 200 years ago, that didn't exist. Okay, now think about it. Today, we have more access to information and technology. There's more CDs out there than ever before. There's more audios out there than ever before. There's more get help books out there than ever before. But think about it. Still today, there's more people in debt more than ever before. There's more people that have no money in the savings. Guys, the average person, the average American, it said that over 80% of people have less than $500 in their savings account. All right, that's higher than it's ever been. People are saving little as they've ever saved. People are overweight more than they've ever been in the history. So guys, understand, even though there's more information, even though there's more access to information, that's not enough. That's not enough to be able to push you, to drive you to accomplishing the things. So just having access to the information isn't it. It's your philosophy. It's the processor that you have, okay? It's the environment and association that you surround yourself with that gets you to the next level. See, the answer is having the proper processor, the proper environment and association. Associating with those people that are achieving what you want to achieve, and associating with those people that are not negative, that are positive, that will get you to the next level, okay? Now, understand, the simple philosophy is, obviously, the attitude affects your actions, that affects your results, that affects your lifestyle. Now, what do I mean by lifestyle? I'm talking about that affects your finances, that affects your health, that affects business decisions, your posture, how do you talk to people, how you communicate with people. It affects your personal development, guys. Whether you read a book or not, all goes back to your philosophy on how you think that book is going to affect your life in the future. See, when I'm reading books now, I'm not trying to get $20, or I'm not trying to get $12.95 what the book costs, guys. See, this is some of the books that I read. Sell or Be Sold. I got the 10X rule up here, guys. I got Cash Flow Quadrant. I got Outwitting the Devil. I got Building Your Business. I got Think and Grow Rich. Guys, I got literally probably 30 books up here, and I'm not trying to get $12.95 out of these damn books. You know what I'm trying to get? Every time I pick up a book, I'm trying to get 100 grand, man. I'm trying to get $1 million out of these books. I'm trying to get a 6 or a 7-figure income, okay, that's going to come to me in the next year or so. I'm also not trying to get rich quick, all right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to get rich slow, okay? That's not what I'm trying to do. But I understand that it takes time to get to where you want to get, right? You ever been at that place where you're training or you're learning, or maybe you're training for a major event, and you have to train, and you're not going to be successful overnight. You're not going to get it overnight. You're not going to study the material and be an expert overnight, man. That's not the way it works. What you got to do is you have to be willing to put in the effort, and you got to be willing to learn and change your philosophy and understand that the stuff that you're doing today, the stuff, you guys like that, check it out. You guys like my little Monsters Inc., my little bookmark? What do you guys know about that, man? Check it out. You guys got to be willing to learn and put in hours, okay? Put in hours and expect not to get results right then and there, but to expect to get massive results. Freaking massive results, okay? 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years, 5 years down the road. That's what I'm trying to pick up. I'm not trying to get 12 bucks, what the book cost me, out of the book. I'm trying to get a 6 or 7 figure income out of these damn books. That's what I'm trying to get. So you got to get the philosophy right. You got to get your mind right. You got to get your freaking head right before you start making money. Okay, that's the reality. You ain't gonna make no money. You're gonna have no success if you don't get your mind right before you ever achieve success. Okay, if your mind ain't right, that's why you ain't being successful. I can tell you right now, you have to get the mind right. Now understand, everything counts, guys. Everything you do, every decision you make, every hour out of the day, every minute, every person that you talk to, every piece of pizza that you decide to eat or not eat. All right, everything counts. Everything's easy to do, and everything's easy not to do. It's easy to read 10 pages a day. It's easy to read a book. It's easy to pick up an audio. Guys, if you don't like reading books, you know what I do? I get the audio, all right? I'll either buy it or I'll get it for free on YouTube or Audible or something, and then I'll listen to the audio and I'll read the book at the same time. It's like being a 10-year-old kid and having somebody read to you, man. I love it. You don't got to be the smartest guy in the room to make a freaking huge bank account, all right? But you got to be the guy that's willing to do those things that other people aren't willing to do. So everything's easy to do and it's easy not to do. The simple disciplines is what takes you to success over a period of time, right? It's like saying this. If I take a bite of a pizza today, is it going to hurt me today? No, it's not going to hurt me today. I can eat a salad today. Is that going to make me all of a sudden amazingly healthy? Am I going to have so much energy because I ate one salad today? No, man, it's not going to do that. But what is the difference when you eat a bunch of pizzas and garbage and junk food and all kinds of crap over the course of the next 6 months, year, 2 years? Dude, you start blowing up. You start blowing up, man. You start getting old. You start getting wrinkles. You start not looking good. You start not being attractive. And guess what? People stop being attracted to you. Okay? Not just for your looks, but understand, guys. You ever notice how a lot of successful people tend to look good? Not all of them, but a lot of them do. A lot of them tend to look good. They carry themselves good. They have good skin tone, right? They have good posture. They speak well. Guys, that's because successful people are attracted to successful people. Healthy people are attracted to healthy people. Sexy people are attracted to sexy people, man. That's why I look so damn good. You know what I mean? That's why I look so good. I'm attracting other good-looking people to me. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole goal, guys. That's my whole plan. See, you got to understand that the simple errors in judgment every day, if I decided to do all the unhealthy things, if I decided to not work out, if I decided to not talk to people in my business, if I decided to eat unhealthy, if I decided to not read books, simple things, man, talking to 1 to 2 people a day, showing the plan twice a day, reading 10 pages of a good book, if I decide not to do those simple things, okay, number one, over the course of time, I'm not going to be successful, period. I'm going to be unsuccessful. Here's what I'm going to be. Here's the fact. I'm going to be average, because average people don't do those things. 9 out of 10 people don't do those things on a consistent basis. So you're going to have an average lifestyle. And here's the worst part about the average stuff. The worst part about being average is it's freaking accepted. It's okay to not read books. It's okay to not work out. It's okay to not have a fat bank account so you can take care of your family anyway and travel and do all the things that you've ever wanted to do. It's okay. That's accepted by mediocre, average, masses people. So what you got to understand is the masses are normally wrong, dead freaking wrong. So you got to understand that those simple errors in judgment, those simple little decisions every day, compounded over a period of time, is what leads you to failure. And the contrary, the simple disciplines that you do, it's not any one thing. It's the simple things you do on a daily basis is what leads you to massive success. All right? Now, you got to understand that there's a learning process, okay? In order to do more, you have to also learn more, right? You have to learn more before you can do more. You have to do more before you can have more. But it all starts with learning and your attitude, right? So there's what's called the learning process, the process of knowledge, okay? Now, first you start off with learn knowledge, all right? Learn knowledge, which means you're good. That when you learn knowledge, that means you're reading and you're listening and you're learning and you're researching things. Okay, it's kind of like in the business. You know, with our business, you have to learn about the product. You have to listen to the audios. You have to listen to people that are more successful than you are, so that way you can learn their knowledge. You can get what they know and you can implant it in yourself and you can ingrain it, so that way the next step is you can start taking activity. Now you can move to activity knowledge, doing what's required. Effort, okay? Effort is between you and you. Nobody else. Nobody else can stop you. Nobody else can tell you to not pick up the phone. Nobody else can tell you to not grind and go all out and do massive action and do massive things and do as much as you can possibly do. Nobody can tell you that. It's you versus you. All right? It's you have to fail your way. See, activity is not just doing it right. Activity, honestly, you know what activity is? Activity is doing it wrong. Activity is failing. Activity is falling flat on your face because you just learned how to do something. Think about it. When you're a kid, right? And you're a kid, you don't know that you're supposed to walk. You don't fall out of your mom's womb and know that, hey, I should be walking. You don't know that. You don't know that until you learn, until you see other people walking and you see other people running. Then it clicks in your head that, hey, you want to walk. So now you start getting up and you start taking activity, and you see a baby when they try to walk. I got a 2-year-old little girl, and I got a 4-week-old baby that just came out. And so I'm not expecting her to just start walking, but I am expecting that when she sees us, she's gonna start, okay, let me take some steps. And she's going to take activity to walk. And she's going to fall. You guys like my walk? That's my walk, right? She's going to fall on her face. I know this. This is a fact. She's going to fall. She's going to fail her way over and over and over. Now, guys, understand something. As a parent, I don't put a timeline on that. I don't give my baby, hey, 6 months. 6 months, man. You better be walking. Otherwise, I'm breaking your legs. You ain't gonna have no legs. You're not going to be able to walk if you don't walk in 6 months. No, man, that's stupid. You got to have the until mentality. You got to approach everything as I'm going to go until. See, if it's worth doing wrong until you get it right. It's worth doing it wrong over and over and over again until you can get it right. So with my baby, I'm going to have her continually take action. Action on walking. She's going to continue to walk and continue to try and fail and try and fall and try and get hurt and try, and it's not going to feel good. Just like your business. Right? You're gonna try. You're gonna talk to people and you're gonna get rejection. You're gonna try and build a team and you're gonna get negativity. You're gonna try and schedule appointments and they're gonna get canceled. And you're gonna try and take activity and you're gonna fail and fail. And then what happens is you start going into what's called modeling knowledge, okay? And what at that point is you've tried something and you failed and you realize, damn, I'm not good at this. I need to watch other people. I need to find successful people, successful tools, successful systems so that I can emulate, so that I can duplicate, so that I can copy, so that I can have the exact same results as they got. So when my baby's walking and she's taking steps and she's falling, then she turns and looks. And she says, okay, dad's taking one step. I got to take one step. Mom's taking one step. I got to take another step. And I got to hold something because I'm seeing other people hold things as they're walking. See, that's what happens. And then you start modeling other people. You start modeling what other people are doing. And pretty soon when you take action and then you fail and then you model. And then you go back and you take more action and you model some more. And then you fail. And then you try, fail, succeed, try, fail, try, succeed, try, fail, try, succeed, try, succeed. And then what happens in your business is you start doing this. You start getting try, fail, try, succeed, try, check, try, fail, try, succeed, try, another check, try, fail, try, coded bonus, try, fail, try, residual income, try, fail, try, succeed, new members coming into your team, try, succeed, try, check, check, new boat, check, new house, check, new car, check, luxury vacation, check, you got a 6-figure income, check, you got more money than you know what to freaking do with, man. See, that's what you got to do, guys. You got to understand, and at that point, guess what happens? You start getting into teaching knowledge. You start getting to the point where now, because you've learned and done activity and you modeled, now you're worthy. Notice that. Write that down. You're worthy. You are worthy of being modeled. Okay? You are worthy of being modeled now. All right? You're worthy of being modeled because now you've done enough action, right? You've taken enough action that you're worthy for somebody to learn from you. You're naturally going to become the teacher. See, what happens is a lot of people have it twisted. A lot of people think that they're going to go and learn something and then they want to teach a lot of people. They want to go and learn something. They don't want to do no activity. They don't want to fail. They don't have no success. And they want to automatically start teaching people. No, man. Nobody's going to listen to you if you don't have any success. No matter how bad you want to teach people. If you don't have the fruit on the tree, nobody's coming to you to pick a damn thing from you. You got to have the fruit on the tree before anybody gets anything from you. You got to be worthy of being the teacher. How do you be worthy? You do the activity. You model. You fail. You try. You do the activity. You do it again and again and again and again until that's what it is. You go until you get your result. And at that point, you already have people copying you. At that point, you're already the teacher without you even knowing that you're the teacher. All right? Now, moving on, I want you guys to understand the power of no, okay? Understand the power of no. As a child, you heard the word no 40,000 times. 40,000 times by the time you're 5 years old, you heard the word no. Not even in the first grade yet, and you already can comprehend negativity. You can already comprehend barriers, things that are holding you back. No, right? You've heard the word yes 5,000 times by the time you're 5 years old. That is 8 times as many no's as you've heard the word yes. So you are brainwashed before you ever even get to the first grade. You are brainwashed, okay, first grade, into hearing the word no, into understand there's barriers, that people hold you back. Think about it. When you see kids, man, when they're born, they don't got no barriers. They do whatever the hell they want. My 2-year-old little girl, she wants ice cream. I said, baby, no ice cream. She said, Dad, ice cream, ice cream. I said, no ice cream, Zoe. She said, Dad, ice cream. She's screaming. She wants it. She's stomping. She wants the ice cream. She don't understand the barriers. But what happens is when I tell her no over and over and over, I'm brainwashing her to understand that there are barriers, that you can push and you won't get what you want. You can push and you won't get what you want. And the reality is, guess what? Life is more the opposite. Life is more, you push hard enough and you get everything you want. You can get anything if you want if you push hard enough in life. Okay? So you got to understand, you got to change your mindset, because gravity, the natural evolution, okay, of growing up is pulling you down every single day. Every single day, your natural evolution is pulling you down. And then if you've gone to school, okay, you got to school for something like 10,000 hours of people programming your brain that the only way to be successful is to go to school, get good grades, and get a good job and work for somebody else. That's the only way to make money. That's the only way that you're going to have success. All right? That's why a lot of people quit in their business when they hear no, because they've heard it so much that they're programmed. They're programmed that, damn, I heard no already 5 times. This isn't for me. I can't get the ice cream. I'm cool. I'll settle with the broccoli instead. Man, F broccoli, dude. F the broccoli. We want some ice cream. And you got to push. You got to push to be able to get that, all right? Because naturally, you're naturally bred to accept no, all right? Let's talk about environment and association. If you do what the masses do, you'll have what the masses have. Simple as that. Never be willing to buy somebody's opinion that you wouldn't trade places with. Never. If you buy somebody's opinion, guess what? You're also buying their lifestyle. You're also buying their lifestyle. And so if they don't have what you want, man, block them out. Ignore them. Don't listen to them. I don't listen to anybody. I don't care what it is. It could be about me. Obviously, you guys see I'm a musician, right? I got like 10 damn guitars in here. Guess what? If I want to learn how to play professionally, I don't listen to nobody. Nobody that's a musician that's not professional. Period. I don't listen to nobody that doesn't have what I want. I don't listen to anybody, whether it's my house, my cars, whether it's the gym, working out. The only people I'm taking advice from here on out are the people that have what I want. Okay? Because here's the thing. A lot of people think that that if you have the power, then you'll do the thing. Right? Let me explain that. You have the power and then you'll do the thing. A lot of people think that. A lot of people think they see somebody like me, they see somebody like Joe Gomez or Logan Shippey or JC Rangel, and they say, man, if I was good like they were, I would have the money that they make. No, 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 no. You got it ass backwards, man. You got it backwards. See, a lot of people think, man, if I was young and in shape, I would be able to go and work out. No! You have to go and do the thing before you have the power, right? You have to go and try an activity and fail and learn before you get to make the money. See, a lot of people think that somebody like me or JC, we have this posture, we have the way we speak, we have the way we talk, the way we work, our leadership style, our skills. People think, oh man, you got that because you've been doing it for so long, or because you're successful and you're making money, so it's easy to be that way. No, 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 guys, you got it backwards. Go back and check me or JC out when we weren't making money. Guess what? We were still grinding. We were still pushing. We were still hard. We were still going when nobody else would go. When people said stop, we would go. When people said you should quit, we pushed harder. When people said stop talking, that's enough, we called more. You gotta be before you can become. You guys get that? You gotta be before you can become. Do the thing, and then you'll have the power. If you're one of the 5%, understand that. 95% of people out there are broke, busted, and disgusted, living to pay the bills. Not looking to achieve anything more than the average, mediocre, lifestyle. What's the definition of average? Average means you're the best. You're the best of the worst, and you're the worst of the best. That's what average means. So when you talk about average, I'm okay with just having average. I want average. I'm all right with this. That's what you're saying. You're saying I'm the best of the worst, and I'm the worst of the best. So if you're lucky enough, I wouldn't say lucky, if you choose to be the 5% out there that pioneer and risk being uncomfortable, discomfort, ridicule for the sake of your dreams, there's good news and bad news. I want you guys to understand something. Here, let me give you the bad news. The bad news is 95% of people out there are trying to yank you down. 95% of people, everybody out there, it's lonely at the top. There ain't a lot of CEOs. There's a bunch of broke employees at the bottom, barely making enough money. There's a bunch of unhealthy people, overweight at the bottom. There's only a few sharp, dedicated, committed people at the top. And they live the cream of the crop lifestyle. It's nice up there. The air is crisp at the top, man. But here's the good news. You are well oriented towards your success because it's lonely at the top. You don't got to fight nobody. There ain't a lot of people you got to fight. See, when you go, if you've ever been broke or if you've ever been on unemployment, guess what? There's a line of people, man, trying to get unemployment. There's a line of people trying to get all the basic jobs. There ain't a lot of people out there that are trying to get the CEO job. There ain't a lot of people out there that are out there trading and getting their money working for them in the market. There ain't a lot of people out there that own a business. There ain't a lot of people out there that have real estate properties. There ain't a lot of people out there that get to work from home, in shorts, in a baseball hat, doing what they want, when they want, where they want, making income, beach money. Ain't a lot of people. You don't got to fight a lot of people because there ain't a lot of people out there willing to do it, willing to put in the work, effort between you and you, man. All you got to do is do it. Change. You got to change. For things to change, you got to change. Jim Rohn said that. For things to get better, you got to get better. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you were broke yesterday and you were broke the week before and you were broke the week before, guess what next week looks like? You're going to be broke, man. Guess what next month looks like? You're going to be broke. You're going to be broke. So unless you do something different, drastic, see, one of the best things I ever heard is you got to do something drastic. Drastic. You got to do drastic things to get drastic results. You guys understand that? You got to do drastic things to get a drastic result. Do average things, get average results. Your choice. Success. If it's gonna be, it's up to me. Nobody else. not your mom, not your dad, not your sponsor, not your mentor, not your upline, not your downline, not your team, not their team, not the company, not nobody. Nobody. See, here's how you know a champion. A champion will tell you stuff like this. If my team and my business were to disappear today, you know where I'd be? I'd be right here tomorrow, banging, man, making phone calls, doing what I do on a daily basis. Nothing would change. Why? Because I'm doing the champion things on a day-to-day basis that would grow me, whether I'm at the top and keep me there, or whether I'm at the bottom and it'll escalate me up. See, that's how you know. If everything were to fall apart in your life right now, what would you do? Who would you cry to? Would you cry, or would you get your shield on? Would you grab your sword? Would you ready to go to war? That's how you know. That's how you know who's a champion, who's not a champion. It's not when it's easy when it's easy. What about when it's hard? What about when it's not working out? What about when people are quitting? What about when people don't want to do the work? What about when it's just not happening for you and you're banging, but guess what? It's not about right now, it's about timing, right? Not everything happens right now. Not everything is for everybody, because if everything was for everybody, everybody would be successful. But that's not the way it works, right? It's not the way it works. See, if you believe in a higher power, God, universe, whatever, here's the reality, all right? It's not going to come to you at the point where it's not right for you. Because if it's right for you, you're just going to screw it off anyway. Why do you think money don't come to you easily? If it comes to you easily, see, if money came to people easily, they would just fuck it off. They would just lose it. They would lose it. You give money, why you think the brokest people buy lottery tickets, man? Why you think people that win the lottery go broke? 90% of people who win the lottery go broke because they get the money and they don't know what the hell to do with it. They didn't know how to earn it, so they can't keep it. That's the same thing with business. Money ain't gonna come to you if you ain't ready for it. And if money isn't coming to you right now, you ain't ready for it, man. You ain't ready. You ain't done enough personal development. You ain't followed your mentor enough. You haven't made enough phone calls. You haven't called enough people. You haven't done enough things right for the money to be there. And this is for me. I ain't making $1 million yet. I've made 6-figure income. I'm making an amazing income now, guys. But guess what? I ain't making $1 million. You know why? Because I haven't done enough right things yet. You got to do the right things. And you got to know that you got to do the right things. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't kid yourself. Don't fake the funk on the nasty dunk, man. Do the right things. Know where you're at. Know your role. Stay in your damn lane and know your role. Do the right things. See, take responsibility. Daily decisions. See, that's what a leader does. A leader takes responsibility for everything. If my team is messing up, guess what? It's because I didn't train them. If I'm not making enough money, guess what? It's because I didn't work hard enough. Not because of my team. If my kid doesn't know enough, if she's not accelerated and past every other kid out there, it's because I didn't read to her enough. It ain't because she didn't want to pick up the book. It's because I didn't do my damn job. Take responsibility for everything. And that also means nobody can stop you from anything. See, if you take responsibility for everything, the successes and the failures, that means it's you versus you. Nobody can put their hand in your cookie jar because you got that mug. You got it. Nobody can take it. Manage your stuff, man. Take the blame. Followers out there will blame everything and everybody else. That's what followers do. That's what losers do. That's what chumps do. Don't do that. Don't be a chump. Be a leader. The secret of change is to focus all your energy on the future. Okay? Not fighting on the old, but building upon the new. See, where focus goes, energy flows. Where you focus, if you focus on all the things that went wrong, and all the things that are going bad in your life, and all the things that aren't working, and all the people that you're not talking to or not having success with, and all the books that you haven't read that everybody else has, if you focus on that, guess what? That's where your energy is going. And you're attracting that to you. Where focus goes, energy flows. You cannot change the past. You can only change the future. Right? Take action now. Write down 2 things right now. If you're serious, if you're coachable, write down 2 things right now that will create your future success today. 2 things you can do today, as soon as you get done with this call, that you can do right now, whether it's calling somebody, following up with somebody, reading a book, doing an audio, calling your mentor and having a conversation, setting up a game plan saying, I'm all in, let's go. Opening up your brokerage account, start studying, do something today that your future self will thank you for. Now, here are 10 things that I do. These are 10 things I do on a daily basis, consistently, okay, that have helped me achieve success, and I want to share them with you guys. Number 1, Read your whys every day. Every single day, twice a day. Look at your goals, your whys and your goals. You should have why you're doing what you're doing, and you should have goals, right? You should have different goals. Goals for the day, goals for the week. You should know. You should have a roadmap. There shouldn't be a question on what you're doing tomorrow. You should already know today. You should already know today. Number 2, read 10 pages of a good book. Minimum. 15 minutes of a good audio. Minimum. You take a shower? If you take a shower, turn the damn radio on while you're in the shower. It's easy, man. It's easy to do. It's easy not to do, right? If you don't take a shower, you're just dirty, all right? Number 3, start working on your business before noon. Whatever it is that's most important to you, do it first in the morning. Do it first thing. Knock it out first. If you knock it out first, see, best thing I've ever learned is you can control 2 things. What you do when you wake up and what you do before you go to sleep. You can't control anything else in the day. Everything else, things happen, life happens, people are calling, appointments are happening, people are doing things. You can't control everything. But what can you control? Before you go to bed and the second you wake up, you can control what you do. So do the most important things first. All right? I focus on my business. I focus on a minimum of 3 to 5 exposures a day. What's an exposure? Show the plan. Help other people. Show the plan. Sorry, guys, I'm a little sick. Doesn't matter. I'm a champion. I push through it. You know what I mean? Sickness. Whatever. 3 to 5 exposures a day. 3 to 5 a day. Minimum. No excuses. Nothing. I don't care if it's a birthday party, if it's something, if it's Christmas. 3 to 5 exposures a day. That's what you need to do. Focus on adding 10 new prospects to your list. 10 new people every single day. Like clockwork. That's 50 new people. That's 200 people a month. Think about it. That's like 2,000 people a year. Don't tell me there's not people out there. All right, there's plenty of people out there. Okay, plenty of people. Plug into the system and communicate the information to your team. Who receives a text from you? I bet there's a lot of people on here that receive a text from you. That's probably why you're on this call. Are you texting your people like I text you? Think about it. If you're the one receiving texts and you don't text, you ain't the leader. If you're the one texting massive amounts of people and making calls and posting, you're the leader. You're the one that's going to make money. If you ain't doing that, you ain't going to make money. Don't think for a second. If you're not massively promoting, massively, aggressively, to the point where people are like, damn, Justin, you don't got to text me. You know I get that from my team sometimes. Damn, dude, you don't got to text me so much. I already know who don't want to get rich. I already know who don't want to get rich, man. You know, my mentor texts me every damn day, 3, 4, 5 times a day. You know what I tell him? Text me more, dog. Remind me more, brother. Send me more messages. Remind me, get in me, make it happen, make it. It helps me. Why would I bitch about something that helps me out? He's reminding me. That's how you know if you're a champion or not. That's how you know if you're a leader. That's how you know if you're gonna make money. And if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. But don't kid yourself. Don't fake the funk, man. It ain't for you. Number 7, work your list. Follow up until. Follow up until. All right? Call your list and follow up until. The fortune is to follow. Money's in recruiting, but the fortune is in the follow. People ask me all the time, how much do you follow? I follow up every day. Every day, all day, I follow up. Every day, all day. I talk to as many people as I possibly can every single day. Right? I'm always on people's minds. I'm always giving them new value, right? I try not to bug people. And what I mean by bug people is I try not to give people or make calls or do things that doesn't have value. I'm always trying to give people value. I'm always trying to show them something new. I'm always trying to introduce them to something they haven't seen. Or maybe if they've seen it, I'm trying to show them a different way. All right? Constantly be giving people value. That's where they come. When they see that you've given them enough value, they're going to make a decision. If people can't see you, if they can't see you, they ain't going to join you. How do they see you? You got to be in front of their face every day. In front of them every single day. That's why it's so important to document. Document all your success. Document everything you've got going on. It's important to do that because if they can't see you, they can't join you. All right? Number 8, have a workout partner and call them. Have them hold you accountable. Who's your workout partner? I have a few of them. Who's yours? Have them keep you accountable. Number 9, track your business. You want to have a business like a business? You want to have a lemonade stand like a lemonade stand. If you want to have a business that pays you like a business, you got to track it. McDonald's don't just randomly think, oh, I think we're going to sell about 500 cheeseburgers today. No, dude, they know exactly how many burgers are going to sell, exactly how many burgers to order, exactly what's going on. So if you want to have a multi-million-dollar business, you better start smartening up. You better start treating your business like a businessman and start tracking it. Because I track my business. You see that board every day? Every single day that board gets written on, and I track that mug like nobody's business. I can guarantee that nobody tracks their business as good as I track my business. I'd be willing to put my tracking skills and how I build my business up against any freaking buddies in the industry, not just in the company, in the industry, because I'm on that. I'm on it so much, man. I know exactly how much money that I'm gonna make based on what I've done off of my tracking. So there ain't no question about what's going on. Okay. Number 10. Document your results. Document your results. All right. Document your results. I can't stress that enough. Document your results. If they can't see you, they can't join you. And lastly, learn to master the mundane. Learn to master the mundane things that nobody else wants to do. The little things, the follow-up. See, I know a lot of people don't like to follow up. I'm the best at it. I'm the follow-up king. I'm the master. I'm the master of disaster at that because I know nobody else likes to do it, which means I'm going to be getting all the business that everybody else should be getting, but their follow-up skills suck. Master. I see Logan out there masters the mundane. He masters the mundane of social media marketing, of video marketing. He's mastered that because nobody else is willing to put in the work and the effort to master the skills. JC Rangel masters training, man. The dude's a monster. The dude is a master trainer, bilingual. He masters it because nobody else is willing to do it. Nobody else is willing to put in the work. It's never the big things that change your life. It's always the little daily choices. That's why you have the 5% and the 95% of people. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Period. 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 Do what unsuccessful people aren't willing to do. And you'll see where you're going to end up. And you'll see where they'll end up, guys. All right? If you do those things, if you just take those things and you run with them, you'll have massive amounts of success over a period of time. Best 3 things. Do it consistently, do it correctly, and do it long enough. And whatever it is you want to accomplish, and you will have massive amounts of success. Guys, I hope you guys got value out of this training. Feel free to add me on Facebook if you haven't already. My name is Justin Wilson, Jwill Retire You. I'm on Instagram. You can follow me on there. I'm on Periscope. For those of you guys giving me hearts, man, I appreciate the love. I appreciate all that. Share the feed. Share the feed. Let's get people checking out all the replays of this stuff. And I'm going to have this recorded so that way you guys can share that with your team. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys at the top or from the top. This is Jwill. And as always, you guys have a great night. Bye-bye.